Okay, everybody, we're going to do Yakko as mono. So this mod tutorial, well, the mod was suggested by Jen LaRoque, I think. Anyway, we're gonna use the Gmod JC Thornton Yakko model, which I'm not gonna go through a whole process of getting that out of there, but basically you drag the GMA file when you can finally find it, because they put them in either two places, either in add-ons or under the 4000 directory under the common. But anyway, you crowbar that out and you get into Blender, and as you can see, my mono um, skeleton here, I had already changed to boyfriend, but I'm just going to use it. It won't matter. I didn't mess with skeleton. And then you're going to go find your SMD file. So you're going to import, make new armature, find Yakko SMD, there he is, and as you see, he's broken into a bunch of parts. So to make that easier, we're going to combine them all with Control J. So we select each one, Control Select and Control J. Then we're going to select both his armature and his mesh and scale it. So S for scale and drag it out. There you go, get it kind of close. As you can see, he's A-posed, but mono is T-posed. We're going to get him in the right direction, and hopefully if I did everything right, I am going to pose him into a T-pose. And his hands are a little big, so I'm going to want to shrink those down too, so I'll do that as well a little later here. Let's get his arms where they're supposed to be. I know there's a better way where you mirror that, but oh well. I'm a little bit retarded when it comes to Blender. A little slow. Don't want to use that R word anymore. It's not politically correct. And he was in a weird stooped over position, but that was giving me a hard time. Okay, so we shrink his hands down, and a couple other little adjustments here. Once you get all those posed adjustments, you're going to have to apply the pose, and that's a little interesting. I don't know if I do it the right way, but I will show you what I do. So you've selected everything, and you Control A and apply all transforms. Then you're going to want to have the object mesh select, or the armature selected. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. And then you're going to go to that little wrench, and you're going to, in this version, there's a little thing there where you say apply, and you just applied the armature so that the mesh is applied. Now you got to select the pose and set that as the rest pose. So again, for whatever reason, you have to select object. I think there's a quicker way to get to it. Get the right object, Yakko there, and then pose here, and select all that, and do a Control A and apply pose as rest. After that, you're going to want to put the armature back on. So then you're going to add the modifier and select armature, and here you can actually select the armature of, I guess you want to go back to Yakko, yeah. I think you could bypass a step and go straight to, okay, now you're going to want to pull out another pane here so you can have a side-by-side of one armature to the other, and you can that way rename all of Yakko's bones to be the same names as Mono's bones. Now I've got a little secret script that makes it quick and easy for me. Otherwise you'd have to go back and forth and rename them, which is how I usually do it. But let's run the script. So with the armature selected of Yakko, you go into scripting tab up top there, and you could run the Python script, or you can just paste all the lines of Python into there and it will rename all the bones. So most of the bones anyway. You will see that some of them are now Mono's bones, and some of them we're gonna have to change. So as you see, there's some extra toe bones here, and one way to get those toe bones to all be part of the main monotow is you could weight paint. So you could select the mesh and go into weight painting and manually paint all the ones that are not applied properly. And I found that that's not probably the easiest way. So in edit mode up here, you can select the ones that were in Yakko but not in mono and apply them to the mono by just doing a select and assign, and then you could even get rid of the vertex weighting of the ones that you don't need. Once you're happy with all your vertex weighting, then you can export. Make sure you take off add leaf bones, exporting FBX, and you're going to want to make it easy on yourself by naming it SKM_player or whatever the SKM in Unreal that you're going to be replacing is. So that'll make it easy just to bring in. And I should have, in this tutorial I didn't do it, but I should have done the shading in Blender so that it pulls in all the proper PNGs and everything all in one swoop here, which would make it a lot easier. But I'll show you, if you forget to do it that step, you can do it in Unreal, and it just takes you a little bit more effort. So this tutorial will show you the more effort version. Alright, so once it's in there, ignore that about the smooth shading. You can correct that if you select something in Blender, but it doesn't seem to hurt anything that I can tell. Alright, so there it is. Now we need to get the textures. So back from the original model, so you're going to use VTF editor if you're coming from a source model, SFM or Gmod, and you're going to go find the materials, and once you've nailed that down, you can bring it into VTF edit and export as a PNG. You're going to have to do this. You should just do this at the very beginning when you crowbar out the MDL, and then that way you can do everything in Blender shading wise. It's going to default as TGA, so you want to change it to PNG. This default param and paste in the texture sample, and you're going to want to look for T outfit. It's got to be named different from, so I name it texture outfit. And then if you apply that and wait a few seconds or minutes, because I don't know what it's doing. There we go. Then you will see, so here we go. I haven't put the eyes on yet. As you can see, these look, I hate this navigation on this thing. What is it? Shift? Did. That's right, you did. And I didn't record. I think to your player directory, and you can get rid of skill player because that will mess things up if you don't. So just get rid of that. Then you're going to use your, let's see if I can find this, create a text file that's going to tell how to package it, and then wherever this is stored, you reference that from this here. So hopefully going to work. And if you hit enter, it could take a little bit, and it looks like it got 23 files. That looks about right. So then we go and we run and see if we got it right or not. Again, do the non-enhanced because it won't work in that one. So works. I don't really know if it's going to work or if I'll crash the game, but let's hope that it's going to be not T-post. It probably will be because I probably oh well, you're gonna have to hide the hat, but otherwise it worked. So we need to go hide the hat. He's got Mario's hat on. I don't think I have a hidden hat in here, unfortunately. Ooh, that'll be cool. Waxman hat. Oh, gee. Let's try this again. Hats. I don't have a swap in. It doesn't look too bad. But I don't have the controller hooked up, so how do you call if you don't have a controller hooked up? I don't know what call is. Oh well. Wanted to see what his mouth did when he called. Gotta hook a controller up. It's hard to play without a controller when you forgot how to play. Ah! She didn't hear me, did she? Alright, that's the end. Hopefully the next mod tutorial will go smoother than this, if I can get everything organized.